Guys, I'm redoing the video because last time I yapped too long and ran out of space. I just deleted a lot of stuff, so we should be good this time. But essentially what I was getting at in the last video was that we have too many artists that are being treated as though they don't matter. Because music is so accessible in today's age, we have so many artists that want to create and express themselves, and I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, but it allows for people to exploit us in so many ways. And not only that, but the wrong people are getting the shine, and that's the biggest thing that has been killing me lately, and why I kind of have been a little more intentional with the music that I'm making as of late. And that's because we literally have a situation where all of the media blog pages, all of the all of the consumers, we'll put it that way, the quote unquote critics, are literally fine with weirdos running this industry as long as it gets them views, as long as it gets them a couple of likes, and that's it. And as somebody who is literally I don't know about you guys, but I am a family man to heart. I care about my sisters, I care about my parents, I care about all of my family members. And knowing that we have people in the industry that are willing to compromise their morals, knowing that they would hate if anything happened to their siblings, to put these weirdos, these pedophiles, these pedophiles on a pedestal for clout is terrible. We are in a day and age where humanity is so insensitive because we're not able to talk to people face to face anymore. It's not one-on-one interactions anymore. Everything is through social media now. Everything has been digitalized, and because of that, we have a lot of situations where people aren't able to treat others as humans anymore, and rather we see people as objects now. And the way that this has kind of found its way into the music industry is through the amplification of very horrendous figures. And I'm not going to name any names because they already know who they are. I've made posts about them on TikTok. There are various figures who we have in this music industry who are just everybody just glazes them. Oh yeah, I know this is going to get me clicks. Yeah, let me suck up to them because they're what's quote unquote popping right now. With no real acknowledgement of their mental health or the things that they have done and contributed to society. Oh, you make good music, so yeah, let's ignore the other stuff that you've done to literal children. Let's ignore the people's lives you've ruined because we like your music. And this is the thing. You would think with how many artists we have, right? With how many quote-unquote statistics that record labels like to see and abuse and steal from, you would think out of that pool of artists, we could pick better artists. But no, for some reason, there is an obsession with picking out the worst people out of the bunch that make quote-unquote good music when there is so much good music in the music scene. If you genuinely listen to underground music, it would not be hard to put regular people on the pedestal. It would not be hard. What I see is definitely construed by forces that we may not even understand. But there are people out there that are trying to push an agenda. Whether you see it or not, there is an agenda being pushed. Because how out of the millions of artists, this is the most oversaturated music has ever been. We have so many artists that are getting into music, just doing things. People that don't even understand music theory, just jumping into music. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. Because at the end of the day, it's all an expression. And if this is how humanity feels, they need to express themselves, go ahead. But what I'm saying is we have so many artists trying to quote unquote make it to some perceived success or status. And we can't pick these artists to put on a pedestal. Humanity has to feel like they need to be attracted to these evil individuals because we have so many of that. in the music industry. I really want you guys to sit down and ask yourself, why is that? Why is that? Because I know the ones that are mentally sane watching this, that I would hope that's not what you gravitate towards. I would truly hope that's not what you gravitate towards. So why is that what the industry feels that they need to push? Why does that need to be at the forefront of creation? Really think about that. All I'm saying is, through the oversaturation of the market, we have lost sight of our morals. People have lost sight of their morals in hopes to be picked out by a lottery that was never meant for them, by a lottery that's been rigged from the very beginning. Because why, out of the millions of voices that could be put out there, specifically in the scene that I once adored, the underground hip-hop rap scene, we have so many weirdos. People my age, just genuine weirdos. Talking about the drugs have fried their brain. And mind you, we can't even blame it on the drugs. Because I know some down bad drug addicts that still don't touch kids. As I said, there's something in the music industry, and as a collective, we all need to get outside more. We all need to stop desensitizing ourselves, stop flooding our brains with dopamine, doom scrolling all day, and genuinely sit outside and read a book, gang. Do something that doesn't always involve the internet. People are talking about post, put everything that you want on the internet, post. No, where are the breaks? It's the same thing as a 9 to 5. You're just rewiring how it looks in your mind. If you feel, oh my gosh, if I miss one day, I'm cooked, that's stress on your mind that doesn't need to be there. There are people that can leave for 5 years and come back and make a viral video. Why are we chasing virality? Why are we chasing attention? Why are we chasing a place within this fucking void on the internet? Food for thought. I love you guys. Music video sometime soon. But right now, I'm genuinely just taking the time that I need to for myself, because the internet is not where you want to be right now. And as much as, yes, it's good to put yourself out there and get that content up, which I will continue to do, that is not everything. And that's what we need to remember. That's not everything.